channel, or if you're new around here, welcome. My name is Carly, and for today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how you can make your very own DIY balloon garland. So if you guys are new around here, you obviously would not know this, but I'm also an event planner, and that is not normally the content that I share here on my channel, but I recently did a video where we had a baby shower, and I showed you guys how to do a DIY table garland runner, and there seemed to be a lot of you that liked that, and you replied under the video and said that you'd like to see more event planning type videos. So for this specific weekend, we have two events back to back, Saturday and Sunday, and I am making a balloon garland for both events. So I figured I would go ahead and pop the camera on and just kind of walk you guys through the steps. It's super easy. I know it can seem intimidating, but they are fairly easy to make, and I know they are in high demand. They're super trendy right now. So again, I figured I would just walk you guys through it, and I guess that is it for the introduction. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown of everything that you're gonna need in order to complete your garland. The one that I am doing today is a 10-foot garland. That's like a standard size. I would say, so, okay, where do I start? The first thing that I would say is that you're gonna want to have a variety of different balloon sizes, because that just adds a lot of dimension to your garland. Now, with that being said, in order to complete a 10-foot garland, you will need somewhere between 60 and 65 balloons. You are also gonna wanna go ahead and get different size balloons. So I have a variety here of 10-inch balloons, 10-inch balloons, 12-inch balloons. I'm also adding in 3 24-inch balloons. If you didn't want to do these larger size balloons, you can obviously just do, you know, maybe 3 of the 10-inch or 12-inch balloons just to take up the amount of space that one 24-inch balloon would. I'm also gonna add in some 5-inch balloons, which is something that you do at the end after your garland is completely assembled. So that number is not included in the 60 to 65. The 60 to 65 count is just for the base. The little clusters are going to be something separate. I don't know how many I'm gonna end up using. I will add that in at the end while I am attaching them. I kind of always make extra sets of clusters just because I would rather have more than have less. And then also, there are a lot of different techniques when stringing your balloon garland together. You could use fishing line, for instance, as one. That is not my favorite. I feel like I pop balloons more when I use the fishing line, and I just think that it's harder to work with. A fishing line just gets super tangled, and it's just more harsh on the latex. So for today's garland, I am gonna be using 260s, and I will show you how I do that, but I just think that these are a lot easier to work with. And a very important part of this whole process, something that you are definitely want to get your hands on, is going to be this little machine that blows up all of your balloons. Trust me, you do not even want to try and attempt to blow up this many balloons. You'll be dead. And this machine, whoa, and this machine is great because it has little attachments here for the smaller size balloons, and then you're able to blow up 2 balloons at one time. So it's just super convenient, and it's really nice to have one of these. The balloons completely blown up. It took me about 15 minutes, not too long, not bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do the little mini clusters. So I went ahead and grabbed one of those 260 balloons, and then I grabbed 2 of the little duo sets of balloons that I have here. Now, personally, I prefer the look of things in odd numbers. I've already said that. So sometimes when I do the clusters, I like to do sets of 3. This is obviously going to be a set of 4. I just think that this is the easiest way to do it as far as time goes, because when you do a set of 4, all you do is take the balloons and you just twist them together and you're done. And then you just go ahead and wrap one of the 260s. Well, you don't wrap it, you tie it into a knot just around one of the balloons. One knot's probably fine, but I do 2 just in case. And then that is it for one side of the cluster. And then you're gonna wanna go ahead and put another cluster on the other end of the 260. So once again, you just kind of interlock the balloons, super easy. Tie the other end of the 360 onto one of the balloons in the same way you just did it before. So now it's gonna look like this. It's gonna be super easy to attach to the garland once it's together because you're just gonna, you know, wrap the 260 around one of the larger balloons and they're just there. This is the easiest way that I have found to do these small clusters. When I was first doing the balloon garlands, you know, I got those little balloon sticky circles that, you know, are supposed to stick the smaller balloons to the bigger ones. It just, number one, it was super time consuming, and number two, it just seemed like the balloon never stuck in the right area of where I wanted it to go. If you guys have used those things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So as far as time and just how easy this method is, I highly, highly recommend this. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start constructing the base. So take another 260 balloon. I am gonna start with one of the little duos that I have that has the 24 inch. I have 3 of the 24 inch balloons if you don't remember. I'm gonna try and make this as organic as possible, but you also wanna kind of spread these as evenly as you can throughout. So I normally try and do one of the larger ones on both ends, and then I'll do one like somewhere in the middle. So you do the same thing. You're just gonna take the end of the 260, tie it in a double knot, and then you're ready to go. So this is super stretchy, so you're gonna be able to fit quite a few balloons just using this one 260 balloon. I really like the color blocking method because I think it looks a little bit more put together, as opposed to if you just started putting, you know, random colors all over the place, it can look a little bit busy. So normally what I do is I will take 3 to 4 sets of 2. So basically it would be 6 to 8 balloons in one small cluster before I move on to the next color. So since I'm starting with the pink, I'll go ahead and pick up another set of 2, and I just kind of lay it right on top. And then you're gonna do a figure 8 pattern. So you're gonna wrap it around one of the new balloons that you just did, and then a figure 8, so back around one of the original clusters and back out the front. I'll do that one more time. So I'm gonna set the new balloon cluster on top, wrap it around one of the new balloons, figure 8 around one of the old balloons that are already attached, right back out the middle. Okay, so once you start to get to the end where you know that you're gonna have to attach another 260 to the original 260, all you do is take another one and just tie it into a double knot just to elongate it. Make sure it's pulled nice and tight, and then you just continue on. Okay, so this is gonna be about the point that I stop. I think we're probably around 7 or 8 feet, but this is all that is going to be able to fit in my car. So what I will do is I will put the rest of the balloons that I have made here and then the clusters into like giant trash bags and probably put those in my trunk or maybe in my front seat. As long as you have the base completely finished for the most part, which as you can see didn't take very long at all, you'll be able to kind of spend the extra like 30 minutes, I would say, just kind of attaching, you know, the last couple feet to the base and then adding your clusters, which the clusters take like 5 minutes. It's super easy once you have all of that done. So I will go ahead and leave you guys here. I will see you at the venue tomorrow. So here is the final garland. I ended up using quite a few of the balloon clusters, which you absolutely do not have to use this many. I just had a bunch extra, so I figured I might as well not let them go to waste. But I hope you guys are inspired to make your own balloon garlands, and I will see you in the next video.